Mark in the count. The swing arm now coming back as our countdown continues.
Good afternoon, everybody. It's me, Brick Something, all by myself again. Cause I am feeling like poop-a-doop. I was saying it was allergies. I'm not totally convinced. I don't know if I've got a cold. I've been testing negative for the the bad stuff, but that's been going around again at my work. So pretty much been resting this whole weekend. But still had the opportunity to celebrate Mother's Day. So first off, I want to wish all the mothers in the house, if there are any, a happy Mother's Day. Today is that one day of the year where we explicitly say, oh yeah, mothers are great. And hopefully we spend some time with them or, contact our friends who are moms and just, thank them for what they do. Cause, being a mom ain't easy. Being a parent ain't easy, but giving birth or not everyone gives birth, but adopting a child, raising a child, all that stuff. So shout out and love to all the moms. And I hope you all had a good time with your mom. But from what I can tell, a bunch of folks are here, not with their moms. So I'm assuming you all did your duty with mom or spouse or the father, the mother of your children, like I did. We got to hang out yesterday and we did our thing, ditched the kids actually. And we did a movie. We got to see Sinners, which as far as ephemera goes, if you haven't seen Sinners, Ryan Coogler, Michael B. Jordan, Haley Steinfeld, whatever her name is. Sorry. And a bunch of other folks. Excellent movie. It's my kind of movie. You might know Coogler from his work on Black Panther or Fruitvale Station or Wakanda Forever. Dude's here in the Bay or out of here in the Bay, Oakland, I think then Richmond. But the Bay roots clearly make their way through his films, man. And I love it. Anyways, go see Sinners. After I got out of that, actually, even before I got out of that, waiting for the credits to move on to the scenes, there's a couple of, post-credit scenes. I was texting people being like, hey, check this out. You got to check it out. It's awesome. Or people that told me to go see it and I hadn't been able to and just, confirmed, told them what I thought. But Ryan Coogler, love you. You're amazing. Ludwig Göransson, music on point. The camera work, I'm sorry, I don't know the names. And I'm also forgetting the name of his, the person who does all the costume designs. I think it's Ruthie. I don't know, but she did work on Black Panther and she's fantastic. Anyway, Ryan Coogler has assembled just an amazing team of folks to collaborate with. Go see Sinners. It's smart. It's horrific. It's great horror. It's thought-provoking. It moves. Like, man, he does so much work with using the camera to tell a story, brief dialogue, smart dialogue choices. Anyway, I can't say enough of it. Sinners, go check it out. So hung out with my wife. We went to go watch Sinners, and then we went to go eat some beautiful, wonderful Japanese food. And then, did the errands and came home to the kids. I'm going to tell on my kids because they didn't, even though I told them Monday, hey, you should maybe make your mom a card or do something. Reminded them on Tuesday, Wednesday, hey, get out early on Wednesday. You should do something. Nothing. Thursday, Friday. This morning, see my oldest, hey, it's Mother's Day. Anyways, they're funny. They know mom loves them, but and we know they love mom, but I told them they need to work a little bit harder to show mama that they love her. Anyways, I hope you all had a great day. Let's go ahead and talk some ephemera. Let's say hello to the folks who are here. What's up, Blake? Thank you. Yes, you are absolutely right. It is time to talk some ephemera, needless ephemera. Sorry, man. Yeah, it was a little late. I know your hip hurts. Your hips hurt. Stand up like I do. Yeah, stand up, move around. You know, keep that body limber. Lone Dragon. Josh Brown is here. Happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there. Fur baby mamas included. Absolutely, man. Love is love. A mom's love is you know, where you place that love is wherever you place that love. It could be like a Beathir, a dragon, or you know. I'm good. Larry's Geeky World is here. How's everyone doing tonight? He asks, thank you for asking. I am doing good despite being sick or allergic or whatever this is. Sorry if I sound funny, but that's all right. Mr. Ryan Clark, hello, afternoon, everybody. Happy Mother's Day to everybody. Dave Orkin is here. Hello, Dave. Hope you're well. Send my best to Steph, Annie. E. McNeil is here. What's going on, man? Good to see you. We were talking Microman and what is it? Altered Nano over on the Discord. What's up, man? Wholesome Warlock, what's going on, man? PGG love, good to see you. Skew Raider is here. Hello, hello. It's some emoji and 100. I can't see it on my end. It's probably one of our icons. Oof. Allison Troy, Retro Toy Princess, good to see you. Awesome to hang out with you. Well, hang out with online in the chats while you and Thanos were coloring some Black Star today. Go check that out on the Allison Troy Retro Toy Princess channel. Hey man, thank you. It's all good. We've got I'm counting down the days, man, till summer. Yeah, I've got like about 2 more full weeks with my seniors before they have to do finals, and then 3 with the rest of my kids. So man. He's a brick house. What's up, Andrew? Gatey's Toys is here. I'm done with mom time now. It's brick time. Yes. Let's see. Oh, this is lovely. That's Allison right there, folks. Her mom is dead. We're good. Allison, yes, we talked. She'd seen it well before I had, and she said this to me as well. Like, this is the best original horror film of the last 5 years, easily. Absolutely. I think, you know, before this, the one that stands out is Get Out. But facing similar horrors, I would say. You know, on that note, speaking of similar veins and themes, another thing as far as ephemera, I'm going to jump the gun a little bit. It wasn't planned, but I've been telling people about this, that a lot of folks kind of miss this. But go back if you have Max, or if you can download it somewhere. Go check out Lovecraft Country. Man, that was excellent. I was so bummed they didn't continue it, but you know, whatever. They covered the book itself. They could have gone further, but Lovecraft Country, again, similarly brilliant. But yeah, Sinners is very much on my list to see, says Mr. Ryan Clark. Please go do. Ray Paz, what's going on? No chewing. Hello, Chewy. Nice to see you. Rick Jones is here. Hope you're feeling better. I know you got sick after the West Coast Mythic Meetup. Hope you're feeling better. Nolan is here. Rick Jones would like to concur that Sinners is great. Nolan wants to remind you about that like button. I'd appreciate that, even if you're you know, checking this on the replay. Apparently that helps the algorithm, which makes sense to me. I hear that from people. I haven't done enough of my research to properly understand, which is yeah, that's just too much work. I just want to talk toys. Yeah, chores. Oh man, I already started them on it today. But not, yeah, it's, my thing is, I want them to understand. That's all. I don't want them to do it out of obligation. And I do you know, both mom and I are teachers, so poor kids are constantly taught lessons and made to think, made to reflect, then challenged to speak about it. And anyways, it's good. We're good. At the end of the day, we love our kids. They're awesome. Twizzler19, hello. Good to see you. Action figure girl. There you are. Fur moms included. What's up? There you are. Kenzo is here. Hey, Brick. Happy Sunday, everyone. Hey, Kenzo. I'm sorry I couldn't hang out Friday. I got kind of zonky. Let's see. Hoth the Basher is here. I feel like that's like a Viking reference or some kind of like, I don't know, the Basher. That notion of like, I am Hoth the Basher. JMax77, hello, toy friend. Good to see you, buddy. See, E. McNeil knows what's up. Lovecraft Country was an amazing show. Yeah, one of the players is also in Sinners. Man. Anyways, go check out Sinners. Go check out Lovecraft Country. And then go do your research about H.P. Lovecraft. Dude was a raving white supremacist, but the treatment of the original book, Lovecraft Country, of his work was perfect. And then the HBO adaptation, I would say, is even better than the book. It brought some things to life. Rick Jones, yeah, he didn't die. He just got sick. Yes, good. Freaks Figure, hello. And Lone Dragon's hips don't hurt, but he's been watching Bluey and apt to say random quotes. I am a llama eating a banana. Yum, 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 yum. Oh, Bluey, I love it. Ray Black, what's going on? Good to see you. And let's go ahead and move on. Let's just acknowledge that Nolan said hello to Ray, and that's incredibly cute. Okay, so if you read the description for today's episode, it is just me and my allergies, basically. And there's a couple of things upcoming with the show that I should actually probably mention now. Yeah, that makes sense. So a couple of things. This week, the last one, all by myself. However, next week, how do I make it appear? I think I do something like this. Yeah, next week. Sunday, May 18th, the Brick Something News is taking a pause. One of the few rare times where I won't even have a pre-recorded episode because I'm actually going to be hanging out with, I've been trying to hang out with the Latin Legions guys for a while, and they stream Sunday. So I'll be with them that day and it bleeds into the time I normally go on. So I just figured, you know what, let's go ahead and pause. And then maybe ask folks to go hang out over there. I forget exactly what time they start. They start a little earlier and then go through like 4 or something or 5. But next Sunday, May 18th, there will be no Brick Something News, taking a pause. I'm going to be hanging out with these dudes. And so the Latin Legions, the news is on pause. So heads up, next week will be the first time in a while that I haven't actually had some form of an episode, but it's for a good cause. It's to hang out with these dudes who I love and, spend some time on somebody else's stream for a little bit. And unfortunately, this guy, Matt Collectible Fun, who I got to meet in person for the first time at the West Coast Mythic Meetup, won't be there. I think he'll be traveling overseas. I think he'll be in Europe. But I like hanging out with that guy because he reminds me of home. He and I went to the same high school. His family all went to the same high school I did. There's a lot of, and I want to like explore that more because there's a lot of common ground there. But big Legion's head. Big action figure fan. So anyways, next week, Legion's Lounge. Cool. Now, let's see. Oh, love the Lovecraft conversation. Okay. What I also wanted to do today was kind of check in on toys in general, some of the stuff that I've been getting. And I realized like, because I haven't been putting the shorts up, I haven't had the space to kind of just share the stuff that I've been getting in. I've been getting a lot in 2025. And so I'm not really prepared. I was hoping to like show a bunch of stuff, but I'll show a couple of odds and ends. And just, want to share and let you know what I've been getting in 2025 so far. So first off, I'm going to show this one first, Lone Dragon. He is about to make a sarcastic comment and he doesn't want to get canceled. And he wanted to jump in and say, hey, now Lovecraft was not a racist. What was the name of his cat again? Yeah, and we know he's being sarcastic. Dude was a nut, and a lot of people were and continue to be. And Lovecraft Country continues to exist because we didn't do a good job of eliminating Cthulhu, but that's okay. Keeps us on our toes, I guess. Lovecraft was one of the putrid inbred backward mutant Sasquatch who worshipped elder gods he oft wrote about, says Allison Troy. On that note, what's up, KJ? Good to see you. Missed you on Friday night. And okay, so again, today, a little bit different. Here's the agenda. Oh man, I feel like I'm teaching. I want to show you some of the toys that I picked up recently because some of them are cool and different to me and just different in general. And then I want to do some ephemera that I want to catch up, man. It's been a while since I've been able to just sort of sit because, you know, we've been talking Mythic Meetup stuff or been talking with folks who have had Kickstarters and their own projects and done a little bit of less of just kind of like looking at cool stuff I've been noting. So let's do some of that. And then let's give away something again, care of Nate Barch. I still have a bunch of stuff because he's awesome. He's like, here, give it away on the channel. And another figure from Geekology, James Burns. So we'll do that. So if you're hanging out, when we do that, I'll collect the names and we'll go there. All right. So let's start with this. I'll remove. How do I do that? I think I remove this and I do this.
Yeah. Cool. Almost. And then I go a little something like this. Cool. There you go. So this, friends, is the Flef Toys FLEF Daredevil. No, take that back. It is the Flef Toys Murdoch action figure for custom by Flef Toys. This is it's a knockoff. It's straight up pirate, not licensed Daredevil, and it does the extra crime, and I'll admit it, of taking a NECA, Gigantor figure sculpt essentially, and then shrinking it down and add articulation, whatever. So really, like they totally sniped somebody else's design. And I know, I'm sorry. I don't know why I'm condoning it and supporting it. But I will say why. Actually, I don't collect a whole lot of Marvel stuff, and I've been having a blast with Born Again the last couple weeks. And I was like, oh man, I'd love to have a Daredevil. And then this just popped up as a possibility. And it's the right height. A lot of my stuff tends to be big. Like you all know, I love things like this, right? So you can see size-wise. These guys scale well together. Not so much on Marvel Legends. So there was that. I will just tell you, not a full-on review, but it's pretty damn cool. It's got, cool little holder for his Billy Club. It's, got a little bit of like unnecessary design in the like rivets. I don't know why Daredevil has rivets. But whatever. Somebody wanted to get their art on and add little unnecessary nuts and bolts to the design. But can I just say, like, part of the reason, you all know, like me and science, it's for science. I love to just check out toys and what's out there. And again, this is one of those that is clearly a knockoff by a company named Flef Toys. But how is it that they're able to make such wonderful toys? Sorry, that was a joker. Really just sort of obviously they sniped the sculpt. Shame on. I know. And shame on me for supporting it. I know. But they're able to build in articulation and engineering that like is really good and feels so great like this. Man. And then of course the paint that they apply is fantastic. I could do all sorts of, Daredevil poses on this guy. The neck. So there's like a collar here, but you can still, there's a movement. Oh no, it's just a neck. Sorry. Wait, what? I thought there was more. Well, there's that. Could have more. But he can move beautifully. And let me just say, the one real reason why I respect this way more than some of the new designs that are coming out even from Marvel Legends, including the MCU. This is my Daredevil gripe. Ready for the stupid brick thing? All right. See that nose? See how you can actually see his nose rather than a Batman type covering over his nose? Can I just say that I hate that about Daredevil in the MCU? And Netflix, they did that, and there were iterations in the comic where he starts to cover his nose basically like Batman. And I've heard everybody say, like, yeah, if he doesn't cover it, he can break his nose easy, whatever. But growing up, that was the silhouette of Daredevil. Man, that's... So I love that, and I got really excited about this. This guy's great. Moves wonderful. That's all I wanted to say. Fluff toys. This, don't really care so much for this. It's a little too, I don't know, whatever. Don't care about that. But it's got all sorts of cool stuff like wired attachments for his billy club that you can play with. So, fluff toys, folks. But I guess I shouldn't condone that. The other thing that came in this week that I've been waiting on for a while is my arm's Bashmore. I've got this guy in Milwick who is like the long neck, basically. And this is the Ankylosaurus, Kuzo, C-U-Z-Z-O. These are big, beefy figs, but they move pretty well. But they take a lot of heat, and even now that, like, I've heated him up and loosened the joints, and he's kind of locked up a little bit again. He's not going to stand up very well because his tail is attached. Let's see. Finding that balance is tricky. Yeah, see, this one is a little bit trickier than, say, that Daredevil. Come on, dude. Work with me. But Armies of Bashmore, Defenders of Eden, I think these turned out really, really well. The sculpt is great. Folks may or may not know. It was Matt Rodriguez who designed these characters. Worked with the Four Horsemen. Sorry for the snot. To sculpt this, and it turned out really well. The paints are really good. Some of it's a little looser as far as like the wash and stuff goes than I would have expected, but it actually works out really well. He's like a big dino, so it doesn't feel like smudgy or dirty. He feels like a lived-in dinosaur. I love the points of articulation on the neck. I was saying to someone, the dinosaurs with the eyeballs, this was particularly good. But some of my alt heads that I got some head packs. Some of the eye pupils are a little bit wonky. But check out this mask on Kuzo. I love that look. Like, that is so tough. And I know, hey, ephemera, a little bit different, showing you my toys, but check that out. That is too cool, man. A little bit of superhero, a little bit of night. You see his eyes peeking through there. So that's Armies Bashmore. These are great figures. One of the Kickstarters that finally came in 2025. All right. What else did I want to show you? Here, this one that I've had for a while and haven't just talked about. I haven't even shot shorts for. But this one, who is this again? Good. Keep Going Studio. Same guys who did my ghosts, my other ghosts, and those are smaller. I've shown those before, but I'm really into like when people are doing subject matter that I haven't gotten before, like Chinese ghosts, and that's what these three are. A lot of people think he's from Naruto, but he's not. His name is Shiban, the white volatile ghost. I was reading about it. He's both like a ghost that hangs back, and like when you die, he'll help your spirit. If you're a good spirit, he will basically go to bat for you, for the, I guess, the folks in the like afterlife, and like vouch for you. But if you're bad, he will basically like imprison you and capture you and like bring you in, I guess, or something. But he's cool. Comes with a bunch of stuff. I just want to show it because the soft goods, brilliant. I love weird stuff. let me know what you think. So let me go check out what you all thought about the Daredevil, the Dino, and these ghosts. Well, at least the thing. Oh, I hear sound check echo. My bad. That's because of the. Yeah.
Shoot, has it been echoey? If it's been super echoey, my bad. Let me do this and get rid of this. I hope it's not too echoey. Anyways, I do care about production. Okay, so let's hear what you all had to say. Let me know if the echo is cool. K-Mac. All better now. Sorry, dude. That's whack. I hate that. I hate like having a live and then people watch a replay and it's like, that sucks, Kenzo. Okay, my bad. And Kenzo gave me a super chat too to tell me that. My bad. Anyway, moving on. Let's check out what folks were thinking about. Here, echo. See, this is what I need to. Yeah, echo bass. Echo now. Echo. Love you guys. Oh God. Snot. Let's talk. DJ Brick with that echo mic on. Yeah. Thank you guys. Sorry about that. Let's start over. Let's not. Okay. Let me know if there was anything that you might have missed about those figures or that you're curious about. Is it better now though? I'm hoping it's better now. See, now I'm getting all. Am I in the right mic? Audio. Oh shoot. I know why that. What an idiot. Yeah. Got you. I should have muted that. Anyways. Thank you guys. You guys, you're like, echo, damn it. Look at the chat. Okay. Let's see. Must be a trippy California. No. Okay. Where am I going? It's like watching two bricks at once. Yeah, you all know what's up. CE knew exactly what was going on. This is exactly what it was. Yep. See, look at you, Kenny. Give me that tech advice. Dang, this is bad. My bad. Oh, wow. You guys went on for a while. And he can't see his chat and his views. See, Solo Sinner knows what's up. Okay. I'm fast forwarding to here. Man, that was an active chat. Maybe I did that as a way to generate activity in the chat. No, I didn't do that at all. Almost unsubbed. My bad. Okay. The figures were cool. The echo was all encompassing, ruining the experience. Well done, Brick. Contra Vida over here. Ray says he actually liked the echo. And Brian Brink is here. Okay. Sorry about that. So ghosts, keep going. These guys I've shown before. As folks know, I like weirdo toys. This guy is a cool Chinese ghost. Comes with a oops. Cool chain. And this bony thing that actually, I think, fits him in well with, good old Maxilius of Necronominus. Yeah. Cool faces on this guy. He's got like 3 different, what do you call them? Face plates. Okay. And then I'm sorry, but I showed you DD and there was all sorts of echo. So curious, tell me if I'm horrible for supporting such things. That guy looks pretty awesome. Love his bone weapon. Yes, his bone weapon is rad. He also comes with a beautiful little mirror. It's part of the mythology. Okay, and then I showed you this dinosaur that I just briefly said. It was made by Armies of Ashmore. Ideas from Mars is the name of the company. Armies of Ashmore is the name of this particular set of I guess, characters, and then it's part of a larger line called the Vendors of Eden. Anyways, it's cool. It's designed by Matt Rodriguez and sculpted by the Four Horsemen, painted. Don't know if y'all heard that. Okay. Yes. Oh, man. Like the wife's laptop. Does DD have a butterfly? He sure does. It's not the most pronounced. It might actually be one of these. No, I think it's like, well, no, it's there. It's so like, it's a little bit limited, but it moves. So you can kind of see there's a bit of a rotation there. I can get kind of a rotation. So I actually do think there is a thing there, but it's got this like, it's not quite like a McFarlane fake butterfly. It does have something in there. I haven't taken them apart because I've been scared to, but want to break my toys live? Let's do it. Be brave. But anyways, I can get into him another time. But I love this torso movement, man. I wish all my toys could move like this. And it doesn't even, I love AWOCs as well, but it doesn't. AWOC can get even more of a crunch, but AWOC also has the, the app cut thing. So that's what I showed. Was there anything else I want? I showed some stuff from Michael last week, the cage and stuff, which was awesome. I think that's it. Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's it. Sure. Gun Girl's here, but that's that. What else, folks? Like Chinese Ghosts makes me think of Buddhist Hell Scrolls. Yo, love it. Can't wait to get yours. Maybe your dinos. I forget what you got. Because the Mafex Daredevil is pretty much unbeatable. I'm sure it is. My issue with Mafex is that they're small and they're awesome, but just because of everything else that I have on my shelf, like Legions or AWOC or whatever, this guy and Masterverse, this guy scales well. So, like he can. This is basically a Masterverse figure. Like they work versus a Mafex. I love those toys, but too small. Kenzo loves the big dino. Lone Dragon's still looking for that Lisa Masa. Help him out. Thanos is here. What's up, Thanos? Okay, let's get rid of this, the offending echo. And let's get back to this. And let's talk some ephemera. So it's been a while, and I did want to actually talk about, like, I've got basically a bunch of saved links on Instagram that I've like always just like, I want to talk to folks about this. But like I said, it's been Mythic Meetup, it's been Kickstarter this. So let's do it. Let's start with this. I am incredibly excited to see what Storm Collectibles' new Storm Arena line is going to be like. And we're getting more and more. This is the Ken that we're finally seeing, Ken Masters, video by Mr. Lee, whose posing is always on point. I'm excited for seeing these. Like, I will say that for the most part, if you heard my earlier comments about size, my Street Fighters from Jada, they're awesome. And this guy are a little small. So the exception from Jada that I really like that works really well with the rest of my stuff is Sagat, because he's huge and I can kind of work into like a barbarian type thing that I've got going on. The rest of them are small, and I'll bring up some of the other stuff from Mr. Lee on this one, because he's been sharing this figure that looks like pretty damn close to final. And he's been sharing size comparisons, which I think a lot of us were curious about. We were trying to understand, hey, how are these going to actually look compared to some figs that we might want to put them with. Like, to the left, you have Hiryu from Jada, and you have Cyclops from Marvel Legends. And if that isn't like Marvel versus Capcom goodness right there, like these are all going to sort of work really well. That said, they're going to be a little small for my shelf, but that's okay. That's just me. But for the folks who I think are excited about Street Fighter figures and have been feasting on Jada, they're going to be happy to know that they're going to be able to get even more if they want to go that Street Fighter Alpha look. Because I think this is great, and it's kind of interesting to watch. I know a lot of people, they get a little, I don't know, middle school about the ooh, you know, the competition or whatever. It's just like whatever. Like, they're cool toys. We as customers are lucky to have some options, and I'm, you know, whatever. I'll let them worry about the sort of competition thing. So I am curious what you all are thinking about the Storm Street Fighter or Alpha. I think Ken's looking really good, and I think they actually look really good together. Obviously, different looks from different games, but I mean, they're really similar too. If you take a look from the waist down, especially in the hands, obviously like different joints. You got those big chunky Storm joints there and here, but they're looking pretty damn similar. But they're also based on the same IP. So, you know, they should look similar. Anyway, I'm curious. What do y'all think? Rick's saying they look good, no doubt. Yeah, if they need to, they can go settle it out at Thunder Road. It's not if it's that big a deal to them. That's what I'm saying. Ray is saying I might get those Storms once I watch a few reviews. Sure. Good point, because there's something that I noticed about that I want to look at. What's up, Brian? Good to see you. Thanks for hopping in. Just me and myself and all you guys hanging out on Mother's Day. Anyway, I'm thinking this is looking really good. I'm excited to sort of see what they've got, and there was some more that they had going on too. Again, Mr. Lee. Yeah, I think he's looking really good. I want that Black Panther, even though he's small. It's a good looking Panther. Yeah, I mean, that's your Marvel versus Capcom lineup right there. And that was that last one was a Storm, Gigantor Storm, because Storm Collectibles scale is its own thing. You know, and guys, you guys know me. I've got like these weird tastes of really big figures. So I actually have a couple of Storm collectibles, proper Storm collectibles, and they're huge and they're unwieldy, but I love them. I love the sculpts. I love the way they move, you know. Anyway, what I wanted to say about this is I've wondered if the Storm Arena stuff would be built like a Storm collectible with that sort of soft, squishy torso. And some of the pics, and I'll see if I can grab some real quick, make it look like they are in fact squishy. I put some up on the Toy Migos Discord, and I'll see if I can go access that real quick. But you can kind of see here, even the hands look like they're probably going to be that same kind of squishiness. There's something about the plastic and the softness of the paint on it that tells me that, but I don't know. I don't know for sure. Won't know till I have him in hand unless he squeezes those fingers. But there's something about right there. See, so watch the sort of, you can kind of see the torso bend and give a little. And I'll show you some pics there. You can kind of see that outline. It's not a perfect sort of like roundness. I'll let him play with that, and you can kind of take a look at that while I go grab this. Here you go. This is what I do on Discord. So I was sharing this picture on the Toy Amigos Discord. Why is that so? That is weird. Open image. Sorry, it should be this one. So if you take a look right there, you've kind of got like a semi-round regular shape to that torso, if that makes sense. That the whole armhole for the torso. And then if we look at this next one where you got the full extension, you can kind of see that it's squished a little, which indicates to me at least that there's some flex happening there. So, you know, the torso is being pulled up, and so you're getting that squish. You don't get that squish unless it's a softer plastic. So that's what I'm thinking. I don't know for sure, and I won't know till we have them. But I know a lot of people like that. I think more people don't like it that I've heard. But I'm into it. I like Storm collectibles. I love Mithril Action that uses that stuff for some reason. I don't know why. I'm a weirdo. Thanos is holding out for Darkstalkers. Those are coming. Blake is saying at this point, I am happy with Jada's 100%. But I am interested if Storm is going to make the full line. And that's always the trick, right? With Storm in particular. Storm takes a while. That's me being very generous. Storm takes a very long while to put out figures and a line. That said, I don't know if the smaller size somehow gets them more, the ability to make them faster. I don't know, but take a look at this. Like all the movement is there. Oh, look at that. It's gorgeous. It's stupid. I mean, who does that? But the fact that he can. And then there's a little bit of a drop down leg too. And, you know, there's some gappy stuff in there. I'm not super picky on that stuff. What's up, Red? Good to see you. No Chewing's loving that toe hinge, man. People love that toe hinge. Yeah. I like the elbows better on Ryu better than Ken. On the Storm one, Larry? Or between the comparison Jada and Storm? What's that? He needs to activate both mics and cross the streams. What's up, Immortal Khan? Is it doing that again? If it is, let me know, man. I just can't stand the Storm squeak and feel. I hear you. Also, it's a pain when they get misaligned. Not trying to be that guy, but AWOC is the only ones that have the sculpt and articulation down the way I like it. Obviously, you're among friends if you're going to praise Animal Warriors of the Kingdom, and I agree with you that they're really good. I do think there's things about Storm that I like, and I hear you on the squeak. The misalignment, it's like, you know, going to the chiropractor. You realign, but I hear you. They are easier to sort of misalign and literally like misalign that pivot, but I find that I can get some interesting things going on because of that. E's saying looking pretty good. Keep an eye out on other licenses like Darkstalkers. That's the thing, man. They're going for it, and I 100% think, you know, as people have surmised, that this had everything to do. The move to this size, the speed at which they're moving, is because of Jada, and I think that's good. That's, you know, competition and, you know, high tide lifting all ships, all those kinds of things. Rising tide, sorry, raising all ships. Absolutely some crazy rear crunch. The range of motion is sick. That articulation clip, you can see that they have that same flexible plastic. Yeah, I agree. You can kind of see that squishy squish on the torso, right? And of course the gi. This right here, I understand this. I agree with this. It's still small for me, but yeah, that'd be cool because those other Gotcha Man in Storm are gigantor. Gotcha. You think the Ken? Yeah, the Ken elbows and that sort of like thinner joint. I hear that, but it's cool, man. It's again, we are very lucky in this moment of collecting to have this stuff. That's for Chewy right there. Look at that toe. But look at that. Woo. I respect that balance. Okay. Shout out, Mr. Lee. and Storm Collectibles. Let's talk some customs. This thing. Thanks, Jesse. Good to see you, man. This thing is based on Magic's ball gown or appearance at the gala, the Hellfire Gala in the comics. And it's really cool. I'm a sucker for Illyana. She is one of my favorite X characters. Easily a standout from the New Mutants and that sort of side of things. Plus, she's got the whole demon thing and has a gigantic sword. I think this custom is fantastic. The head, I love the way they actually painted the eyes as well. This is by Otaka BX Max Braun. I don't know why it says I'm not following. I'm following. Oh no, that's not. Sorry, it's not Max Braun. It's Otaka BX. That's the song. I just think it's a really cool custom, and I miss being able to like pull up the customs and the ephemera because I just haven't done it as much lately because of the direction of the show. But I think she looks great. I think the custom is so well done. The texture that he sort of achieved there on the neck and everything, and that face paint, that is killer. And the use of, I don't know if you call them soft goods or it looks like a broom. Killer. I mean, I know this was her like gown, but this to me is just like a cool, like tactical, I don't know if that makes sense, fighting look for her. An alt, like just cool costume for Illyana. I don't know. I think it's rad. And to go check out Otaka_BX. There's a couple of things on here on their account that are really great, including, actually, before I do that, let me show you a couple more of the sort of posed up. Here's his other Illyana that I really love. And I think, man, I just think it's so good. Yeah, she is 100% a badass. I think this is going back to the Storm thing and Jada. Always. Ryan Clark says, is Jada really their competition since Storm are 3 times more expensive? I don't know if... I know that's true of their other figures, but if you didn't know, I hate to tell you something if you already know it, but... For folks who may not know this, the Storm Arena figures that we just saw, they're actually closer to the same price as Jada. They're about $30 over on Big Bad Toy Store. So they were trying to lower their price point with a smaller size as well. So yes, I do think they are directly in competition with one another. So Blake says this is definitely a sick custom. Both of them, right? Both Illyanas. I think they're fantastic. Otaka BX, man, good stuff. Let's see. And then there's one other custom that I wanted to show you all because this is new to me. And Dre, the Geek Dad, was showing me one last night. So I've not yet read Uncanny Spider-Man, but this is Nightcrawler as Spider-Man. And I am intrigued by the whole concept of him being a Spider-Man. I don't know what was up with that, but I also just love the idea that that Kurt is wearing a mask with a big old white eyes, and it's just a cool look. If not, I don't know how that actually gets pulled off in the comic. I love the Bamf. I can smell the sulfur, and there's that head. You can kind of see. So it's been a while, like I said, of being able to kind of just look at cool customs. I love Otaka's work, and I think these are really clean. I love the paints. Cool stuff, man. Yeah. That is all. Don't have anything super brilliant to say other than that. And you're welcome for sure. I think it's, yeah. Bacon McShig, what's going on, man? And Thanos would love that costume. So Otaka BX, one of the ephemera that I wanted to share with y'all. Again, he's got a ton of great stuff, especially the head sculpts. Go check it out. But for now, let's switch over to some photography. Because again, it's been a minute. What's up, Danger? I love myself a good Dr. Doom photo, and it's cool to kind of see this figure on that Mythic Legion's horse. Is it a Legion's horse? Actually, I think it is. Yeah. Maybe not. Yeah. I don't know. I actually don't have a horse in front of me. I don't know. But I think it's great. I love. He actually scales pretty well on that. What's up, Danger? I think it's a cool shot. I love the use of the trees and kind of like boxing mount to kind of like give us that focus on the character on the horse. You got the Latverian, countryside and his castle in the back. Yeah, I just wanted to share it. I know this is not this guy. This is the guy you want to talk to about photos. For me, I'm just going to show you and go like, isn't that cool? What's up, Trevor? Good to see you. This guy and this guy. Those are the toy shows, toy photo shows I love to watch because I love to hear them break down the photos. What's up, Danger? Nails every single shot. Absolutely. Yeah, I just think it's really cool. And I love that we're getting a little bit hyped for some Dr. Doom action. So I will tell you right now, folks, I am bouncing around like a wild man today because, like I said, I've been collecting ephemera and I haven't had the time to just look at stuff and share stuff. So let's talk Uncle Iroh. I've shared Monkey Art Toys customs here before. They're the one who's done a bunch of like a realistic looking Adventure Time. Like, what if Adventure Time were like more photorealistic? But this is their take on an Uncle Iroh. He's a little bit on the thin side for Uncle Iroh, but I really like that head sculpt. And of course, the full-on tea set. It gives the feel of the Iroh, maybe in live action. Not quite Paul Sun-Hyung Lee, of course. But yeah, and I'm a sucker for the sort of Chinese-inspired Kung Fu-looking gear. I am wondering what body he uses, but I love it. And man, this is the kind of like Avatar: The Last Airbender action figures that property deserves. Because man, the McFarlane stuff's okay. Some of the sculpts are okay, but they're not good. Imho. So, Monkey Art Toys. I'm a big fan. When he said Uncle who? Come on, Lone Dragon. Iroh. Uncle Iroh. Put some respect on the name. Voiced by Mako, and passed away during the production. It was his last thing that he worked on. Yeah, and that's right. When Uncle Iroh got jacked, he took off his it wasn't quite a gi, but whatever he was wearing. And yes, absolutely, that's the motivation. Soft goods look fantastic, and it is in fact JMax 77, a beautiful figure. I agree with you 100%. And he just is like, it's really cool to me that people have the skill to kind of just go off and like have an idea for a figure or like a property that they love and just make it. So this one I'm going to show for Thanos and a bunch of other folks I know want this. This is another Monkey Art Toys. But this is your Harvey Birdman. I was a Alex Toth, Hanna-Barbera like devotee as a kid. I loved everything that Hanna-Barbera did based on Alex Toth's designs, Birdman being one of them. I wasn't as into, I didn't actually watch a whole lot of what do you call it? Cartoon. It was Cartoon Network. What do they call this? Something Swim. Help me out. Yeah, I knew you'd love this, dude. But I saw it. I loved it. I thought it was hilarious. The whole Space Ghost, Coast to Coast, hilarious. Adult Swim, thank you. But it wasn't something that I was just watching regularly. Like, I thought it was hilarious. It wasn't something that I was trying to watch like all the time. But I think the Birdman looks awesome, and I would love to actually see a full-on Birdman. I'd love to see him underneath the suit too. Anybody know what the wings are? Are these angels from Marvel Legends? Those are good looking wings. I think they look really good. Yeah. Birdman, attorney at law. But again, it's just really cool. It's been a while since I've just been able to like look at customs and toy photos and just appreciate them, because we've always had sort of an agenda recently. And I think it's great. Are you talking to me, Andrew? Did I get the thing that you sent me? DM me. And Lone Dragon, it's okay. Take a rest, dude. Your hips hurt. It's cool. Yeah, man. Harvey Birdman. Check out the, I think I'm big on soft goods. I like them, but when they're off, they're off. But for this character, like, he's supposed to kind of have a frumpy looking suit. So it works. It works really well. And yeah, he looks great. Look at that. Just kind of getting ready to handle a case. I am really curious what he looks like underneath if he went with a full-on costume. But dude, Monkey Art Toys. Any chance I can just to look at his stuff and share it with other folks. Go follow him if you don't. Oh man, I totally did. I did it, didn't I? Whew. Peter Potamus quote. I don't think I'm picking up what you're throwing down. If I am, I'm sorry. Yes. Okay. What else can we look at, friends? Okay, I've got a couple. Man, like I said, I've just got a bunch of saved things in Instagram, and it truly is ephemera. Okay, let's switch it up a little bit. Let's talk Dio type stuff. Man, Michael Duggar, Insightful Imagery. That dude is just inspiring. This isn't even about him. It sort of is, but he's just inspired me with the way he like puts stuff together. And so I've been looking at other kind of like people making props, and that led me to Dio stuff, and look back at some of this stuff, and this popped up in my feed. And I just love that people are like creating these little display moments, and it's just neat to see. Like all the work and craft that gets put into this kind of thing, taking an old frame and doing the dirt and everything. And it's really cool. It started off with that sort of like downed Ceratosaurus. They say it's just sleeping. Okay, fine. The sleeping Ceratosaurus. And then kind of doing the imprint and building around it. And it creates such a cool display. I love this stuff. Like, I could just watch. Like, where are those reality shows? I would watch that reality show. I want to say that wasn't Mike Wallach's D High School Creations gonna be on some kind of like reality show about Dio making and makers and stuff? I don't know if that show's come out yet, but I need something like that. Watch a whole show like Project Runway, but people doing stuff like this. I'd be all about it. Look at that. So that's basically a frame on its side, so that you get the, that, I don't know if that's called a bevel, the raised section, but it's beautiful. Look at that. I don't know. Beauty. Love it. Take stuff, take it apart, turn it into something else. That was Sabyjay, SABYJAI_MS. So go follow them, check them out. Cool stuff. Yeah, hope you guys are good with today's format. Again, I just want to catch up. He's saying, pull this page up. Are you saying like check out the whole page? Sure. Because it's great. Check it out. Why am I not following? Okay. Yeah. Oh, there you go. More better picks. Thank you, Blake. Oh, so gorgeous. I mean, just look at that moment, right? That is like a cool thing. Again, whether it's sleeping or meeting its maker, it's really cool. I don't even know where they got this. It's, got to be something you can find. But imagine having that next to something like that, whether it's another animal or something, and then using that in photos with action figures. That is killer. Let's go ahead and flip through and just zoom out and take a look at some other stuff. Ooh, tigers. Oh, that's gorgeous. And these are small too. Don't take up a whole lot of space. And I appreciate creativity. That's it, man. I appreciate people doing stuff, making stuff. That is very cool. Very, very cool. Oh, I love this. Japanese archipelago Jomon or era, about 5,000 years ago. Oh, that's my jam. Oh, look at that. Good call, Blake. That's awesome. Yep, go follow this. Sabi J_MS. Love that Tiger Dio. Don't even get me started on this, dude. Those things are such a pain. McFarland. He wants you to savor the experience. Okay, let's switch it up. Let me show you something real quick. These figures, which you may have seen, on my shorts. So these are, I went crazy for this toy line. Bandai SIC, Super Imaginative Chogokin. So they are sort of like more modern takes. They get like usually like a renowned sculptor to re-envision, reimagine, you know, Kamen Riders or Kikaida. And they're not exactly like they are in the shows, right? So I love that creativity. Well, the reason I'm bringing those up is because there have been a couple of people that I've found that have been doing SIC customs. So customs in that style, including this one. So this is a Stronger, which I think is, if you're familiar with these characters, cool. If you're not, don't worry about it. Because I just, man, well, I mean, whatever. I just love it. I've always loved this stuff growing up. I was just talking to someone on a Discord saying that, like, you know, when I was growing up in LA, we had Little Tokyo, and there was a place called Honda Plaza that my brother just went to, I think, the other day for like a Mother's Day dinner. And there was a toy store there called Pony Toy Go Round. And every time I would go there, it was like a master class, like an education in, I'd learn about Super Sentai. I'd learn about Doraemon. I'd learn about, what else? What was big? Oh, Macross. Spiral Zone. That's what it was. It was E. E. McNeil and I were talking about that. And like, this was the stuff, man. All of the tokusatsu stuff, like the Kikaida I showed you, or the Kamen Rider. He was a newer Kamen Rider, but yeah. And this character. And it was cool to see that there are people out there like customizing, creating custom versions of this same style figure. And I don't think I'm going to track them down to maybe try and pay for them. But if you know anything about the SIC line, it's like all about meticulous detail, almost like as if you were designing for a feature film version of those old Japanese tokusatsu that are like, you know, they're cool, but they're relatively low budget. So sometimes there's over design. That's a part of just the thing. So, you know, you get a little bit of this Transformers Bayverse unnecessary detail, but it's just cool to me that people are doing this kind of stuff. Check out like the innards here. Sucker for the insect thing. So this is like, you know, your Marvel Legend, I'm sorry, your Mythic Legions kind of thing of people doing custom parts and a build, but in the Bandai SIC stuff, this is done by Master, not by Gorgon Arts. So I will have the links to them. And thank you, Thanos. I see you are kind of putting those in there. I appreciate that, man. Put that in there. But I think this is super cool. I don't know if you all were folks here like into Japanese stuff growing up, or were you aware of it? Did you have like an outlet like I did in LA, of course. Huge Japanese population historically. And so we had, wasn't Japan there, Little Tokyo. And up here in San Francisco, we have Japantown. Historic communities in both cities, of course, huge Japanese populations. And so I was spoiled in that way, man, because I got exposed to this stuff and I got to see it. And this is basically like taking my childhood, that Japanese stuff that I saw as a kid that, we couldn't get much. I think we brought home a few things growing up. But generally it was too expensive. But we would just go and stare at the glass cases and all the toys and just learn about this stuff. Yeah, like this, like Macross and G-Force, 100%, right? We grew up with Battle of the Planets and all this stuff. Ryan Clark had no idea that anime existed until high school. Yep. And I hear you. And then as I grew older, I got into more stuff. Like I said, we were lucky. And I was telling E, it was yesterday, I think, that then my dad would come up on business trips to San Francisco from LA, and he would take either me or my brother. And yeah, man, I'd be all about it. Like just going through Japantown, looking at all the stuff, looking at the books, Kinokuniya bookstore. I will say, me and the family went to Japan 2 summers ago. And my kids are like all about it. I think I've said this on this show before. My youngest is like, you ask him, what do you want to do this weekend? He's like, go to Japan. And I think we're going to try and do it for our 50th birthdays. I think we could save up to go back on summer 2026. And Hoff the Basher, thank you, man. No, that was all me. That was rookie move. I know exactly what happened there. So Allison knew G-Force. Yes. Battle of the Planets. That was dope. As Ray was saying, I think earlier, we haven't had like a really good Gotcha Man G-Force line. I've been talking Sentai stuff with Dave's Dimension and Dre the Geek Dad over on the outer, it's not Outer Rim podcast. I forget. My bad. But I was just talking with them on Friday night, and we've been talking about tokusatsu. And at some point, I want to go back to Gotcha Man, because that was like the template of the team, right? The 5-person team, usually teenagers, each with a special ability. There's a theme, different colors. Like that was a blueprint for what becomes your Super Sentai, Go Ranger and Power Rangers, basically. And all of that stuff. Even Voltron is like the mold was set by G-Force or Gotcha Man. Mr. Ryan Clark is saying, I used to watch Astro Boy reruns as a kid, but I didn't know that it was Japanese. Yeah, that was great. I didn't get to watch a whole lot of it. It just wasn't on. I didn't catch that until later either. Let's see. Bacon McShig worked at Media Play, and that employee discount was a godsend on anime and figures. Yeah, man. When that store happened in the malls, and there were a couple of other stores that started bringing in anime and manga, and like now I can go into like a Hot Topic, and it's like Demon Slayer and One Piece and like all this stuff. I love it, and I'm so happy for this generation that they have access to that stuff. Blake was saying, I remember the first die-cast Shogun and Mazing Kaiser figures that I got back in '84. Those are some of my favorites. There's nothing like a solid die-cast Shogun figure. Absolutely. My brother had a couple of those. In addition to the jumbos, he had a couple of, I think he had Ray Dean in a die-cast. He had Dragoon. Those things were cool. And he still has them. He's got the Grandizer, which has like a plastic Grandizer who's not really articulated except for his arms. Really tiny, but he has the UFO that you can launch him out of, and that's fully die-cast. Man, that stuff was cool. E. McNeil, absolutely into Japanese toys from the beginning. Yep, Mattel Shoguns and Micronauts, man. Micronauts, baby. There isn't enough awareness of Micronauts and its history, but yeah, man, that started the 3.75. That started Transformers. That has its roots in G.I. Joe. Yeah. All right. back to ephemera. Since we're on the SIC tip, this is another one. This is a rare character that a lot of people don't know about. But this is again SIC or super imaginative chogokin Bandai line style Inasuman, which is a early tokusatsu character. Actually, did they ever do a toku? They did, and it was also a manga. Same character, same creator of Kamen Rider. I learned about Inasuman actually from Super 7 back in the late 90s. They were really big into Japanese toys, mainly into Japanese toys and Sofubi stuff. And they're the ones who taught me about Inasuman because he was not on my radar. This is before the internet, but what an awesome custom. This is Void Walker Customs, who is just another one of these people who's like ridiculously creative and prolific. Chris Figs, we'll take a look at some of his stuff in a second because this is just his SIC take, and you can kind of see the beautiful paint work and the dry brush approach. It's actually really a matte finish. It's a weird character, but he really captures it so well. I love what he did with that sort of like I don't know what you call those things on a moth antennae, I guess. But that's his Inasuman. He also does, so this is Void Walker Customs. Hey, ¿cómo está, Heart? What's going on, man? I love it. You make me feel old, but yes. Even my younger cousins don't call me Kuya. Good to see you, man. I'm doing art style today. It's just me talking about stuff. I love your stream, man. Good to see you here. Another Void Walker Customs, Chris Figs. I don't know if folks played Bloody Roar. Was that in your wheelhouse? But yeah, man, this stuff was AWOC before AWOC, right? It was the anthropomorphic, fighting animals. And he's making a really awesome version of Long the Tiger from Bloody Roar 2. But what I love about this, what stands out to me is the soft goods has sort of like what do you call these? Like at the hem, whatever these things are at the very bottom of the pants. Yeah, that. So it's kind of a mix of like epoxy sculpt on the soft goods. And I think that's really cool. The bunching of the pants is really good too. Look at that. I love it, man. We are in a time when people can do cool stuff like this and then have a platform like the internet, like Instagram, to be able to share this stuff. So Raypaz says, Trigun would be an awesome figure. Not sure if anyone has made any. McFarlane did back in the day. That's okay. But check this out. Same guy, Void Walker Customs, Chris. There you go, dude. There is Vash the Stampede. It's a cool custom, man. And yes, there was a company named Toy Tribe that did a number of Trigun figures in the early 2000s. The Mon of the Gale one is still one of my favorite figures ever. It's a beast. I actually don't think I've seen that. I said yes, but I actually genuinely don't remember the Toy Tribe one. I gotta check those out. But it's that stylized, like Trigun was. So he really tried to get that sort of slim down look. But it's cool. Yeah, especially if you're into that style, which makes sense. A Vampire Hunter D would be dope. Yeah, Bash. See, Archie knows what's up with Bloody Roar. Yeah, man, it has been a while since we've talked ephemera, and thank you for indulging me. I hope this has been fun to do. But let me go ahead and pause on that for a second. And I forgot that what I really should do is do a giveaway. And I said I would include the members, but you know what? That's just too complicated today. I'm just going to do a giveaway for the folks that are here today. So if you are here, I am going to set up the StreamYard giveaway tool. And oh gosh, it's been I should have done it earlier, but that's okay. I can do it because, but what are we giving away? We are giving away, just like last time, if you remember, we are giving away a set of beautiful Nate Barch prints. They're huge, if you can see. And so we've got here, let me do this. This is stuff that Nate was like, he insisted, nah, dude, give it away on the stream. He gave me a bunch, and he said he insisted that he wanted to have me give it away on the channel. So we've got the horseman, right? The four, the dark four. We've got Figure Obscura, Frank's Creature. We have got the Tower of what's it called? Oh, 4 or something. I don't know if you can correct me if you're in there, Trevor. We've got the beautiful Headless Horseman. Man, that figure kind of got me streaming, actually. The first time I was on a stream was on Oz's. We got Nate's work on that new Attorney He-Man, and that's the last one. They're great prints. They're on a thicker kind of cardstock. So there's that. And we have got a giveaway by James Byrne of Geekology. And today, was it? Okay, let's do Lee J. You got the ogre head, you got the elf head, removable helmet, courtesy of Geekology. So those two things together, we're going to do that. We're going to give that away. So, Mr. Ryan Clark is saying, I looked for those prints online and came up empty. Yeah, he only has them for shows. Like, he brings them out when he's doing live shows. And look at my hair. So yes, and he is awesome, man. Nate is awesome. Yes, and nice customs, and appreciate you giving, for sure, man. That's I feel like I haven't been able to do that, and I'm gonna take another pause. Actually, I'll tell you about what happens after Latin Legions next week. So nice, yay! What a givey, and nice. All right, now. What will I have to get the tool together, because I thought I would do it. Let's see. Here it is. Okay, in a new tab, open this, and the hashtag that we will use will be let's do hashtag Nate and James are rad. It's long, and it looks a little something like this. Nate and James are rad. So it's going to be hashtag Nate and James are rad. Sorry to make it so complicated. I'm not giving away Elisa Maza. I don't even have Elisa Maza. She's a little too modern. Her clothes are rad, but they're a little out of place on my shelf. But, you know, half naked gargoyles, they work. There you go. So go ahead and put those in there. Nate and James are rad, because they are. That's James of Geekology, James Burns up in Sacramento, who was one of the main organizers, along with Iz and Jason and Angel and other folks, myself, up in Sacramento. And Nate, who came in to hang out with us, and was basically, he and David were sort of the studio reps. That was last week at the Mythic meetup. So Keep bringing them in. There's 10 coming in. While you're doing that, let me talk a little bit about what's going to be happening. Oh, how do I do this? Oh, okay. While you're doing that, I'm going to pull this up. My face will disappear. Don't worry about it. So I mentioned next week, I'll be on Latin Legions. Then the week after, so 2 Sundays from now, I'll be back during our normal time, 3:45. And again, it'll be with a guest. And this time it'll be Jason Demon, Jason Rodriguez, whose work you're seeing right now on the screen. That's the thumbnail. 2 weeks from now. In the middle, if you can't see it, it says The Fifth Sun is coming. Stay tuned for the Kickstarter campaign. And above that, underneath that artwork, you can barely kind of see it, but it says The Rise of the Fifth Sun. So Jason, this fantastic sculptor, customizer, designer, has been hard at work working on his own line. He wants to bring Mexica stuff to us, like highly articulated, super detailed action figures to us via The Rise of the Fifth Sun. I will talk more with Jason about what that is, but I don't know if we have any Rage Against the Machine fans, but it was both the EZLN, the Zapatistas, and Rage Against the Machine that educated me in late high school first and then early college what the Fifth Sun was. And that is, there's a lyric, Rage Against the Machine, the fifth sun sets, get back, reclaim the spirit of Cuauhtemoc, alive and untamed. That is because the eras, right? There's this belief in Aztec cosmology that the world moves through different eras and then goes through a cataclysm and is restarted, essentially. And we are in the current age, which is the fifth age, the fifth sun. And so that's what he's naming it. And we'll find out with him 2 weeks from now about what that's all about. But here's a quick preview. If you haven't already, please go follow Rise of the Fifth Sun. This is his toy line that's coming out. But we are going to be getting some dope Mexica action figures. And I know he's going to have a couple more things to show in 2 weeks. So we'll be talking with Jason all about that. And in general, he's just a dope, sculptor. He's done stuff that is available on Josh Brown Customs. So, look out for his stuff in 2 weeks. So we'll be back to our sort of regular programming, which is why I wanted to dump you with as much ephemera today as I could, to get it out of my system, because I've been seeing some cool stuff and wanted to share it with folks. While we're at it, I know I was showing you some toys, and I forgot to show you 2 of my recent. I didn't go to Japan, but I'm all about that Japanese life, even when I'm not in Japan. And like I said, we're spoiled here in San Francisco with our awesome Japanese community. We've got gashapon places, and they're now bringing over some of my favorite stuff, premium Bandai gashapon bugs. So I got some more of these awesome articulated bugs. And when I say articulated, I mean articulated, segmented bodies like an actual, beetle would be. You've got these that move. You got these little things that move, including this that moves, the legs. And then this thing that looks like it would be a slug. No pun intended, but it's not. It's fully articulated. Like it's 1, 2, 3, 4 segments, 5 segments that actually move and wiggle. And the wings are gorgeous, just like your Mythic Legions fairy / forgetting the name of the insects, but from Cosmic. Love it. Okay. That was my last toy share. Let's go ahead and pull this. Okay. So I've got 16 entries. Thank you to everyone. Is anybody last minute? If not, if you want to get in on this, type in James, Nate and James are rad, because it's true. And let's go ahead and do it if you are here. Yeah, sorry, it was hard. It was challenging, but you spelled it right. You got in there. Okay, here we go. See, look at this. Oh, cool. Huge Rage fan. Fun fact, my sister was an intern for them back in college. Cool. Down in LA, I actually did some design work for the band for their Battle of LA. What was it? It was like a DVD. Oh, it's for the DVD. It was a live concert DVD, and there was like a multimedia thing about the EZLN and Zapatistas that my company worked on. Those guys are rad, and I've been lucky and privileged enough to have like couple different times through music stuff interact with both Zach de la Rocha and Tom Morello less so, but Zach there was a while I actually went to one of the earliest shows in oh god, what was that place in Long Beach? But and I still have their demo somewhere. But I was a kid. I was a high school kid when they're coming out. But I was big into his band before then called Inside Out, and he did this brief bunch of tiny shows with his band Inside Out from Orange County, and they were like, whoa, benefit for the Western Shoshone. Anyways, got to know him, and they're awesome. They're fantastic. Stephanie, thank you. Yeah, she said I did such an amazing job at supporting and sponsoring the last meetup. Yes, and thank you. That's really sweet of you. And yes, it was good work. Okay, let's do the draw. Ready? 17 entries. Nate and James are rad. This is in fact factual statements, and I'm clicking draw. Oh, I saw Stephanie and then I saw Dave, and see, it's like those white elephant parties that you go to. You can like team up if you're like a couple, and you can kind of like get in there and you increase your chances. So there you go. Congratulations. I'll be sending those your way. I'll hit you up about where to send them. Congratulations and thank you. I don't do a ton of giveaways here, so it's been fun to be able to do that. So yes, exactly. Cool stuff. Yeah, those bugs are very cool. Art, man, we got to talk about 2026, man. We got to go back and share notes on where to go, because yeah, we got to go. Congratulations, folks. You guys are awesome. I'll send those out. And yeah, the other two was great because they're local, and I can actually hang out and hang out with those guys and hand it to them. All right. So quick reminders for next week. Next week, the news is on pause. You are absolutely welcome, friend. The news is on pause because I will be on Latin Legions. So yeah, look out for that. And then the week after, we are going to be hanging out with Jason Demon, Rise of the Fifth Son. Oh, before I forget, why don't I actually send you to Jason's? Let me do that. Hold on, sorry, so unprofessional. See, I get all sloppy, guys, when it's just me. It's all loose. Not like when I've got a guest. So here's Jason Demon _ 3D _ studio. This is his personal Instagram that you should also check out. Jason _ Demon _ 3D _ of course it's not their studio. And you can see his awesome work for Legion stuff. I'll talk about that with him, but he's got turtle parts that might look like some of the turtles. He's got all sorts of cool stuff, man. So you've probably seen his work before. So I'm looking forward to talking with him in 2 weeks. So with that, friends, it is now time for me to go and rest, because as you can tell, I'm snotty. Here, let's get personal. When I started getting sick, I collect my stuff just so I can get a sense of how much paper I'm wasting and also how much I'm getting out of my body. I don't know. It's a weird thing that I started doing. So there's that. All right, folks. Thank you all very much for hanging out. Seriously, it's awesome to be able to do this show and have you all just hanging out. I hope everybody had a wonderful time with your mothers and sent that message. And if your mother's no longer with you, I'm sorry to hear that, but I hope you had the moment to reflect on your mother's impact on your life. And I hope that was a positive one. All right, folks, I appreciate you. Yes, Chris, no news next week because I'm going to hang out with, Latin Legions. Good to see you, dude. Just take a little bit of a break. I'm glad to hear it. I've been a little bit insecure the last 2 weeks because it's just been me. But I hope it was fun. And I just really needed to get all that ephemera out. Thank you, Jason's Electric. Good to see you. What's up, Skew? Good seeing you. I am going to try my best to feel better. Depending on how I'm feeling, I may have to call in sick, which is weird at the end of the year, but it happens. So thank you, everybody. Appreciate you. Got to handle my business right now. I'm going to try and maybe play some music while I pick my mocos. And I'll cover this so you can't see me anymore, and then I'll play some music. And let's see. There we go. Love you guys. Happy Mother's Day. Bye-bye.